I know you also have this Pinterest board saved somewhere with all the crochet designs that you would like to make. What if I told you that all of these are made with mostly 3 and up to 6, just 6 different crochet stitches with chain, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet and triple crochet. You can make absolutely anything in crochet that you can imagine, and these 3 are the most important. Let me show you each of them, also saying what are they needed for. So starting with chain, it is basically the base of every other stitch. It can also be used for those mesh designs, beach cover-ups, see-through shirts and skirts. Most importantly, this is the start of basically any project. We're going to grab the ending of our yarn in our left hand and grab it like this, do a little gun shape and put the long strand of yarn over the gun towards the thumb to make a little cross. You see the cross? So now what we're going to do is we're going to put our hook under the first top arm of the cross, grab the second one and pull through. Then we can take the gun out of the loop and tighten it, and then with the long strand of yarn we can pull it and make it smaller to fit around our hook. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the yarn over the hook and pull it through that loop, and that's basically it for the chain. Yarn over, pull it through, put the yarn over the hook, pull it through that loop. If you want to play it slower, you can change the playback speed and the down right corner, but basically chain is just yarn over the hook, pull it through that loop, yarn over the hook, pull it through that loop. Pay attention to me like grabbing the yarn with the hook, so I turn the hook to look down. This is how the chain looks like once it's finished, and you can see that on top and on the bottom it's got those like little waves. These are the stitches that we're going to be using for the rest of the stitches. This is slip stitch. This is the next one that I'm going to show you. It's mainly used for straps for bras and tops, as well as for stitching granny squares together. To do a slip stitch, we're going to start with the chain again, and then we're going to add one more chain as a staircase to the next row, and then for the start of our slip stitch row we're going to skip that staircase and go right to the next chain. So we're going to start from the second chain, not from the first one. Right here I'm going to put my hook in there, take the yarn out of the chain. Once you've got 2 loops on the hook, pull the first one through the second one. Let me repeat that for you. We're going to go into the next wave, take the yarn out of the wave, and then take that yarn out of that loop that we have on the hook. It creates this very stiff, very flat stitch that is not stretchy at all. It's really durable. So what we're just going to do is we go in the wave, take the yarn out of the wave, and take it through that loop again. This is how a whole row of slip stitches looks like, and now we're going to move on to single crochets. This is single crochet. It's probably the most important out of all the crochet stitches. If you just remember one thing, remember this one. It is used for all the summer tops, all the bikinis and bras, as well as those viral bags. So how to do it? We're going to start by chain again. We're going to add one more chain at the end to make a staircase to the next row, and then we're going to skip that staircase and go right to the second chain with our hook. So we insert the hook in the second chain, we take the yarn out of the chain, and then we've got 2 loops on the hook. What we're going to do now is we're going to pull the yarn over the hook and pull through both of those loops. Let me repeat that for you. We're going to the next wave, we're going to take the yarn out of the wave, and then we've got 2 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over, put the yarn over the hook, and pull that yarn through both of those loops. So there's kind of like one additional step comparing to the slip stitch that we need to yarn over and pull through. Let's do a few more together because this is important. So we're going to go to the next wave, take the yarn out of the wave, put the yarn over the hook, pull through both of the loops of the hook. In the next wave, take the yarn out of the wave. Once you've got 2 on the hook, pull the yarn through both of them. This is how a finished row looks like. And moving on to half double crochets. This stitch is used a lot in the ribbing projects, so those that have those like stripes that you see, and also to speed up the process if you're using them instead of single crochets, they're just taller. As you can see here on top there's single crochets, on the bottom there's half double crochet. They look almost the same, but they're just a bit bigger. Again, we're going to start by chain, and then we're going to do one additional chain for the staircase to the next row, and then we're also going to skip the staircase and start by going into the second stitch from the hook. But for half double crochets, we're going to yarn over before we go in there. So yarn over the hook before you go into the second wave. So then go in, take the yarn and pull it out of the wave, and then you're going to have 3 loops on the hook. So one more than with the previous stitch. What we're going to do now is we're going to put the yarn over the hook and pull that yarn through all 3 loops on the hook. For just all that you've got. Let's do that again. So yarn over the hook, we're going into the next wave. We're going to take the yarn out of the wave, and then we've got 3 loops on the hook. We're going to yarn over and pull that yarn through all 3 of those loops. So this is how it looks like once you've got some of them done. Yarn over in the loop, take the yarn out of the loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 of them. That's basically how a half double crochet is made. In the loop, take it out. Once you've got 3, yarn over and pull through 3 of them. At the end of the row, this is how our half double crochet row looks like. Moving on to double crochets. They are slightly bigger than the half double and much bigger than the single. Here's a little comparison. They're used for the granny squares, they're used for the lace stitches on all the bras and tops. To do a double crochet, we're going to start by doing the chain again, and then we're going to add one more chain as the staircase to the next row. And like in all the previous stitches, we're going to skip that staircase and go straight to the second stitch, but we're starting by yarn over. So yarn over and go to the second stitch of the chain. Go in there, take it out of the chain, and then you've got 3 loops on a hook. Then what we're going to do is yarn over and pull through just 2 of the 3, and stop right there, yarn over again and pull through the other 2. Don't worry, I'm going to repeat that for you. So we're going to yarn over, find the next wave, go in the next wave, take the yarn out of the wave, and then you've got 3 loops on the hook. 1, 2 and 3. We're going to yarn over and pull that yarn through 2 out of the 3, and then yarn over again and pull through the other 2. Let's do one more together. We're going to yarn over the hook and go into the next wave, take the yarn and pull it out of the wave. Once we've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2 of them, yarn over and pull through the other 2. This is how double crochets are made. They are very important. Almost every crochet project has some double crochets at least, so pay attention, play it again if you need to. And this is how it's going to look at the end of the row. And for the last one, this is triple crochets. As you can see, they're very tall, very wide. Comparing to double, they are much taller than them. They are used for everything that has those square big holes. Could be, again, beach cover-ups, dresses, bags. We're going to start by chain again, but this time we're going to chain 2 additional chains for the staircase. It's going to be a taller staircase, so we've got 2 chains for the staircase, and we're going to skip those 2. For the start, we're going to yarn over and then yarn over again. There's 2 yarn overs there. We're going to skip the staircase of the 2 chains and go to the 3rd chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3. This one. We're going to go in there, take the yarn out of the chain, and then we've got 4 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. What we're going to do now is we're going to yarn over and pull through just 2 out of the 4, then yarn over and pull through 2 again, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. So we yarn over and pull through 3 times. That's why it's a triple crochet. Yarn over again, go into the next wave. Right here, that's my next wave. I'm going in, taking the yarn out. I've got 4 loops on the hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. Yarn over and pull through 1 and 2. And yarn over and pull through the last 2 to finalize my triple crochet. Let's do one more together. Yarn over again. Go into the next wave, take the yarn out of the wave, and then you've got 4 loops. Yarn over through 2 of them. Yarn over, pull through the next 2. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops that you have on the hook. And this is how the finished row looks like. That is it for this video. Thank you so much. And with these 6 stitches, you're ready to go crochet.